21. Colin had ploughed through the hideous corpses to leave him shattered. He'd taken blood and DNA samples before writing notes on what he thought had happened, feeling excited to be in line for Employee of the Month due to all the overtime. But of all the years doing this kind of work, he'd never had a day as stressful as this. He stared at a blood-soaked table, sighing from thoughts of what was recently lying on it, as a reminder of what Wayne told him earlier crept into his mind. He knew it was far-fetched and outrageous, but it was also the most realistic theory of them all. Did someone come to life again? He glanced over at the refrigeration unit to see the written names of the identified people, but the torn-apart corpse of the person run down by the truck and the woman killed by the driver were still unidentified. He turned away to scrub the table clean, but jumped out of his skin when a thud, thud, echoed around the room. He panicked, thinking someone was trying to enter, but as he opened the door, saw no one there. He returned to the table, but another loud thud almost crushed his heart. "Who's out there?" he shouted, tripping over a bucket of red-coloured water to see it splash over the floor. "Come out!" He watched the door to see if it would open, but more bangs frightened him into almost hiding inside a storeroom. He breathed deeply as he listened out, but as more thuds gave him a clue of its whereabouts, fought with his mind over whether to believe it. He stared at one of the units, sweating as the sound happened again, knowing now that was where it was coming from. "No, I don't need this right now. I'm meant to be going home." He thought about leaving it as he was too tired to check and just sort it out in the morning, but he felt guilty now. He knew he needed to check the unit to make sure it wasn't faulty, but cringed from the thought of having to remove the body. He pulled the handle to see the coffin-like shape slide out like an upright filing cabinet, surprised that the noise had stopped. He shook his head and reached for the body bag, sucking in a deep breath as he struggled to lift the corpse. "Where's Ted when I need him?" he asked himself, attempting to lift it again. He flung the body over his shoulder and walked towards the table, making sure to avoid the wet patch of water as he reached it. But as he slowly placed the body down, he gripped his now aching shoulder. He cringed from the pain as he walked towards the storeroom, entering to grab a toolbox before quickly walking past the table to aim for the unit, but not noticing that the body was moving inside the bag. A lump appeared, working its way to the top in a frantic motion until the two-way zipper slowly moved a few inches before two decaying fingers slipped through to rest on the outside. Colin grabbed a screwdriver from the box as he peered inside the unit. He banged the sides to listen out for the sound again, but nothing happened. "Maybe I'm just overtired." He was so concentrated on the task that he didn't notice the fingers gripping the other side of the zipper, pulling it down another foot until both hands were free. The corpse sat up as the